Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. You can see on my desk in front of me, I have Close to My Heart's new Cozy Up collection. And it is a fun fall inspired paper collection. You can see on the sticker sheet, it not only has fall, but it has lots of books. And so here's the papers. We've got the books, we've got pumpkins, we've got some fall words, and just lots of pretty fall colors. Let me bring in the catalog and show you. So you can see there's a variety of colors here that all go with this collection wonderfully. We've got the desert rose, scarlet, rosemary, sage, pine, honey butter, paprika, toffee, shortbread, and mocha. And there's also a digital art collection that goes along with this, and it's got a really fun digital download book, so that's fun. And then there's these cute little dots. I've got those. Let me show those to you. Those are right here. Let me take those out of the package. So I don't know if the camera's picking them up, but they've got like a sparkle to them. I can't wait to use those. And then there's also some stamp sets that go along with those. But I am going to be bringing in a different stamp set that's also in the catalog. Now this is a new stamp set as well. This is called Hey Friend. I love that, and my friends and I, we kind of joke around all the time, and we say hey friend all the time. So that was a set I definitely had to have. And this scarecrow reminded me when I was looking through one of my older scrapbooks, I had a page that had a scrapbook on here, and I did a lot of stamping, and so I was inspired to make a layout with some stamping on it. And then there's also another stamp set that I want to use today. This one is called the Pretty Posies, and this is new as well. And what I'm going to be using on this one, I think, is this fun banner. I thought that this You Amaze Me would fit in that banner. So I'm going to see if I can make that work on today's layout. Speaking of layout, let me show you the pictures that I want to use today. So these are a couple pictures that I want to scrapbook, and these are pictures of my boyfriend Dale and I. We went last year to a corn maze. I had said that I wanted to go to a corn maze, so he took me to a corn maze. It was so fun. And I had these pictures that I hadn't scrapbooked yet, and so I thought that this paper worked perfectly for that. And so I also want to show you my inspiration for today's layout. So a lot of times when I'm looking for inspiration, I kind of thumb through some old catalogs. This is the July-September 2022. So not only are Close to My Heart catalogs, they're also idea books. And so looking at this book, I saw this layout here and I was like, hey, I have two photos that are in like this exact orientation. And so that really inspired me to make today's layout. And so I'm going to be using this as my inspiration for today's layout. So you know, look through your old idea books and you can draw inspiration from those. So let me get this cleaned up and we will get started making today's layout. All right, I am going to go ahead and start with this paper, and this was from the Cozy Up collection. And this paper, it has like some fun fall words on it. I see the word pumpkin and leaves. It also has books, falling leaves. So I thought this was nice. And I love how it has that little like distressing look. And then I know that I want to use a strip of this pumpkin paper. And so I want to bring that in across the top. And my photos, I do want to have them kind of going about like this, and then using that idea book as my inspiration, I want to bring in like a strip of cardstock. So I went ahead and just cut a little strip of toffee, and so I just want to ground this here with a little strip of toffee. And then I've also went ahead and pre-matted my photos. I've matted them first on paprika and then with toffee, so they're double matted. And then I'm going to bring in a little bit of tearing. So I think I want to, this strip here is also from the Cozy Up. And so I want to put that about like that. And then I have this zip strip here. And this zip strip is actually from the July-August mix-ins. And I thought that this would just kind of make that look nice. And I believe I want to just bump this all up so we have a lot of room to embellish on this layout. But I like the way that this is coming together. And then I have another torn piece that I want to anchor down here. And another zip strip, or these are called branding strips. Now these are at the top of each of the pattern papers. Now this one's from the Cozy Up. And then I've got a piece of another little strip of toffee. And so you can see here, let me bring back in the layout. You can see how I've really mimicked that. I've got a little piece of cardstock. I've got a piece of pattern paper. I've got a smaller strip. And then now it looks like they use shimmer trim. I didn't use a piece of shimmer trim on here. And then a torn edge. And then I've got my two photos. And then I've got a torn piece. And then a zip strip. And I think that they may have used another piece of shimmer trim down here, it looks like maybe. And then a piece of cardstock. So I think that that looks really nice. So I do want to get this glued down, and then we can do the fun part of all the embellishing. And I want to bring in this stamp set. So let me move this aside so we can do some embellishing. So the stamp set's in here. Let me bring in, since I do want to stamp quite a few images, I'm just going to bring in my Misty. And I really like the Scarecrow. Let me bring in a piece of white daisy cardstock here. I like to just keep these cut down so that they fit right in my Misty. And I want to use as many images of these as I can. So let me see if these will fit on here. So I've got the Scarecrow, and then I also want to do a pumpkin. And I know I'm going to want to do the corn because we went to a corn maze. I might have to move this. And then there's some leaves and a little pumpkin. Let me first get this stamped. So there's a couple different options. I know I want to color these in with my Spectrum Noir alcohol marker inks. So Close to My Heart's Intense Black ink is a good option to use because this will allow you, once it dries, for you to use your alcohol marker inks. Another ink that I like to use, and you can get this off of Amazon, I'm sure there's other retailers too, is this Spectrum Noir alcohol proof dye ink, and this is the Noir Black. I think this gives a nice rich color, and it is the Spectrum Noir brand, and I just think that this, I don't have a problem with this ever bleeding, and so I do like to use this one. This is my preferred if I'm going to color with my markers, and I think it gives good coverage. So let me just ink these up and give them a good press. And that stamped good, but I do want to just make sure that they have a good crisp color to them. So I'm going to do them one more time. Okay, I think that looks great. So I'm going to move this to the side. Now there are coordinating dies, And so I've got some removable tape. And so I will just go ahead and place the corresponding dies, and tape these down. And then once I get all of these taped down, I'll take this over to my die cut machine, and then I will get these colored up. I won't have you watch all of that process, but I'll get these colored up off camera, and then I will be right back, and we will go ahead and start all of the fun process of assembling the layout. Okay, I am back with all of my cute little pieces all colored up. So now we get to do the fun part of embellishing. And so we'll just add some of these little pieces around and just see how this turns out. I know that I want to build a little embellishment cluster on each of these little sides. So I think I want my embellishment cluster just like that. And then I want to use a little bit of adhesive foam to maybe pop a couple of these pumpkins up. So I've got 3 embellishment clusters here. So I've got this visual triangle, and I really want to use the stamp set You Amaze Me. And so in this Pretty Posy stamp, I went ahead and die cut one of these pieces out in this color here. And I think that this is going to look really nice just as a little banner up here with You Amaze Me. So let me go ahead and get that stamped. There we go. Oh my goodness. I think that is so cute. And then I can maybe add this leaf just like so. Maybe add the leaf over here. And then that's going to be my title. So let me get this glued down. Okay, I have all of that glued down. So the final step is going to bring in some of these embellishments. And like I said, these are the Cozy Up dots, and they've got this really pretty sparkle. So now I just need to decide which color I want to use, and I really think that this lighter color is going to look best here. I believe that's the toffee color, and I really like that sparkle. So I think that I want to put maybe just like a little one up here. And then a couple more just sprinkled around. A couple there. And then maybe just a couple more up here. And I think I'm going to call that done. Let me bring this up so you can see this layout just came together so quickly. I love the stamping. It just reminds me of my older pages where I did a lot of stamping. This set is adorable. So any of the products that I've used today, I will leave a link to them in the description box. And if you liked this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And if you're not already a subscriber, consider subscribing so that you don't miss out on any of my crafting videos. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.